3 months ago, I made a video about video game movie controversies. That video sucks. But since making it, I've been interested in making a follow-up where I talk about more than just video game movies. But in this video, I'm going to take a look at some movie controversies that I find funny and interesting, as well as one that I don't think enough people talk about considering how it's just really disrespectful. The first controversy I'm going to talk about has to do with the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. You see, I was an idiot and forgot to talk about 2 controversies regarding this movie when I made my video game movie controversy video, so I'm going to do that now. Okay, so pretty much in the trailers for the hit film Can You Survive Five Nights at Freddy's, the animatronics had red eyes. Now, this made some people mad because they thought that Freddy Fazbear and his little Faz gang looked less scary with red eyes. I can see how people find them less scary with red eyes, but honestly, I think that what makes the animatronics not scary in this movie is the fact that they A, build a fort with the main characters, and 2, have fur. And fur just makes them look so much nicer. It doesn't help that in this movie Bonnie's light blue instead of purple. Light blue is a much friendlier color, if that makes any sense. Honestly, I like the red eyes. I think they look cool. I wish they were used instead of the orange eyes. The red eyes really only come when the animatronics realize that the guy in the creepy rabbit costume telling them to do a murder was actually evil all along. However, that isn't the only FNAF movie controversy I want to talk about, because some people were also upset that the movie had a PG-13 rating instead of an R rating, which would have allowed the more graphic moments of the franchise, which was pretty told through pixel art like the Springlock scene or the Bite of 87, to be told in a more realistic and bloody way. The movie was probably always going to have a PG-13 rating because, like, have you seen how old the FNAF fanbase is? How will little Timmy's mother let little Timmy buy a Freddy Fazbear action figure if Freddy starts eating a face? And honestly, I don't think the movie really needed an R rating. FNAF has never been a gory franchise. It would be weird if the iconic character Uncle Hank got his inside dripped out by Bonnie. Okay, I'm done talking about the FNAF, so let's move on to a controversy surrounding the mind-blowing Scorsese-approved superhero film, The Flash. So in The Flash is played by Ezra Miller. Now this was controversial because one day, Ezra Miller remembered he was rich and could get away with pretty much anything, so he decided to go on a crime spree. He assaulted a woman, harassed people at a karaoke bar, assaulted another woman, got a restraining order, and yet after all of that, Ezra Miller still got to be The Flash. But that's not all, because the director of The Flash said that the movie will be so good that people will forget about Ezra Miller's crimes. I'm not joking. Imagine saying that a movie is just so flippin' good that people will just forget that a star is a menace to society. Also, the movie wasn't that good, and it had 2 Ezra Millers, which terrified me. Okay, after that, I feel like it's time to move on to a lighter topic. Coyote vs. Acme is a movie where Coyote sues Acme since their products just never work. There's just one problem with the movie. It's probably never coming out. Yeah, so despite the movie being nearly finished and apparently good, Warner Brothers just doesn't want to release it since it could use it as a tax write-off. It's not confirmed whether or not the movie is canceled though, so it could eventually come out. If the movie doesn't come out, we don't have to be ashamed, because again, the movie had pretty positive reception, but I'm willing to bet the movie won't come out because Warner Brothers CEO David Zaslav just loves removing things off the face of the earth for tax write-offs. Not Velma though. That gets to live. Now I want to talk about some mini controversies, you know, controversies that aren't really talked about and might not even be considered controversies, but I want to talk about them anyways. The first mini controversy involves Illumination's The Lorax.
I'll go right up your nose! You wouldn't hit a woman. That's a woman?
You probably already know about the Lorax. He speaks for the trees, like how Lawyer would have spoken for Ezra Miller if the justice system worked properly. But for those who don't know, the Lorax is a movie about Zac Efron getting told a story by an old guy in order to get a tree seat and impress Taylor Swift. Also, the movie's a musical, and the songs, they sure are noise.
My name is Dan.
And my name's Rose.
Our son Wesley kinda glows.
I find it funny that pretty much the only character that doesn't sing in this movie is Taylor Swift. Anyways, this controversy surrounds the iconic song, How Bad Can I Be? You see, How Bad Can I Be was originally going to be a song called Biggering, which is a lot darker than How Bad Can I Be, and pretty much had the one slur become an Avengers level threat. However, this song was removed from the movie because Illumination is allergic to making anything good that, you know, isn't Despicable Me related. Some people were pretty upset over this because Biggering got replaced with whatever this is supposed to be.
I'll take care of mine.
Shake that bottom line.
I can't live with this constant torture any longer.
Also, there were ads where Lorax says that gas-powered cars were Lorax approved.
And who received the only certified truffle-a-tree seal of approval?
Isn't the whole point of the movie that the environment is really important? Don't gas-powered cars, like, hurt the environment? The next mini controversy revolves around one of my favorite films of all time, ChipandDaleRescueRangers. You might think this is just a mediocre movie for babies, but trust me, this film rivals the likes of Citizen Kane and the Emoji Movie.
Did we wash our hands?
No. We're number 2.
The movie features multiple iconic characters such as Ugly Sonic, Beavis and Butthead, Phineas and Ferb's mom, and Pumbaa from this dumpster fire. but the movie also features Peter Pan as a villain. Peter Pan's villain origin story in Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers that as he got older, movie studios stopped giving him roles, which made him evil. Now this is controversial because pretty much the exact same thing happened to the voice actor for Peter Pan and Peter Pan, Bobby Driscoll, who unfortunately passed away from substance abuse at 31 years old. There's no way that making Peter's backstory in this movie almost the same as Bobby's was an unintentional thing, and the fact that the Peter Pan Rescue Rangers pretty much just acts as a middle finger to the person Disney themselves screwed over is honestly just deplorable. It sucks that this controversy isn't really talked about. I see more people said that Freddy Fazbear had red eyes, and I see people said about this. The only people I really remember talking about this at the time were Saberspark and Ellis Mark in their Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers reviews, though I'm sure that more people talked about this. Okay, so I didn't want to end this video on a sad note, so I'm going to finish it off talking about the funniest controversy I've ever heard of, and the reason I made this video in the first place. SpaceJam is a movie where the LooneyTunes force basketball star and mediocre baseballer Michael Jordan to help them beat a bunch of little freaks in a game of baseball. In the movie, there's a character called Lola Bunny. They pretty much is there to be Bugs Bunny's love interest, which is weird, because I thought that's what Michael Jordan was there for. Anyways, despite having like no screen time, some people really liked Lola, but not in the way that people like other characters that have little no screen time, such as Doug from the FNAF movie.
We are not eating. Well, that's no fun.
No, the people that started this silly little controversy like Lola because she got their engines going, if you know what I mean. I should have my free speech taken away after saying that. Anyways, one day the higher ups over at Warner Brothers decided they wanted some more money, so they made Space Jam 2, starring every single Warner Brothers character, such as Rick and Morty from Rick and Morty and Pennywise from IT. Do you think that if Scott Cawthon made the FNAF movie with Warner Brothers like it was originally intended, Freddy Fazbear could have had a cameo in Space Jam 2? Also, LeBron James is in this movie instead of Michael Jordan, but it's just not the same.
I'm not a child. No. Ouch. Ouch. Ouch.
Anyways, Lola Bunny makes a return in Space Jam 2, and when the trailers came out, League of Legends players and Twitter users around the world were in shock because Lola Bunny was no longer hot! I know, truly devastating. How could a cartoon rabbit from the Bugs Bunny x Michael Jordan movie be less hot in the Bugs Bunny and LeBron James movie? Honestly, it's just really funny that fully grown adults got mad over this. If you like Lola Bunny so much, you go on Twitter to complain that her design was changed in Warner Brothers' newest cash grab, then there's a high chance that not even touching grass can be enough to save you. Besides, everyone already knows that the best version of Lola was on the LooneyTunes show.
Fun. Oh my gosh. You're never gonna believe this. There is a guy standing on the side of the road who looks just like you. I'm about to hit him.
That show was wild. There was an episode where a turtle pulled a gun on Bugs Bunny and Porky Pig, and it was like 100% serious, which just makes it 10 times funnier. In conclusion, I find it weird that people get more upset at the fact that Robot Bear has red eyes and that Cartoon Rabbit is less hot than the fact that Disney made fun of a dead guy who could have still been alive if Disney didn't screw him over. Also, some people need to get off the internet. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go watch The Flash again. Maybe then I'll forget about Ezra Miller's crimes. Bye, I guess.